You never know what sort of hurt somebody's hiding behind. And we may not know why, but we're all here for a while. So
welcome to the open studio. 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 Welcome to the open studio.
can't believe it needs to be repeated, cause it's not that hard to love your fucking
Hey, what's going on, Twitch? I'm your host for this week's The Open Studio. I'm Justin Golak. How you guys doing? Sound off in the old chat. Tell me how you doing. I will try to read it. Let me know what's going on. I noticed on Zoom now they have these video filters, so I was thinking about maybe doing this for the show. What do you guys think? Is that good? Should I do that for the show, or is that too much of a hat on a hat? Huh? All right. So we got a lot of jokes like that coming up tonight. Probably none that are as good as that, but definitely jokes. If you notice now, these are not, if you notice these things bumping up around my face and all over the screen, you are not hallucinating. That edible you took is fine. You did not over milligram yourself. Those are just emotes people are dropping in the chat. And when I'm up on screen, or when you have a stand-up comic up on screen, since they can't hear your laughter, your reactions, just emote in the chat and it will bounce all around the screen. Those are not Zoom video filters. That's you contributing to the show, giving feedback. And that's like a good thing to kind of bridge into what the Open Studio is. Everything in the Open Studio is user generated. So the little dimension that I'm floating around in, all the dimensions we float in throughout the show, my background, and all the performers you see tonight, it's just, we're all just putting this show together. Everyone's bringing a part. And if you say like, hey, I can do parts. I'm a parts guy or gal, or in between. I want to do some stuff for the Open Studio. Well, you can just join our Discord, and we got ways to submit to the show. Like I said, you can submit to perform. That's pretty standard. We all remember performance from the before times. I don't think it's been that long. But like I said, if you want to, make a poster for us, make a dimension we can float around in, make a background for me, anything like that, you can just go ahead, and there's ways you can find out to submit. The best thing doing this in digitally instead of live is that anything I'm saying, if you're like, I can't follow what this guy's saying, that's fair. I'm very stupid. You could just go down to the description for the video. Like literally everything I talk about, there's a link you can just click. And if you just like watching shows, you're like, I'm not really a producer of stuff. I'm just a consumer of stuff. Well, hey, we have a symbiotic relationship, so we need those people. Apparently everyone thinks they have to perform a thing now. They can't just enjoy art. They're just like, I like painting, I should paint. It's like, painting's hard and it takes time. You can just go to museums. So if you like art and you like entertainment, give this channel a follow. You can come over to our Discord too. We got plenty of rooms for people just to discuss art and discuss things they got going on and current events and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, still come to our Discord and still keep coming to the show. I got a new video I'll be showing here in a second, so I'm excited about that. So exciting thing about this video, I had the idea for this video. I believe I did. I couldn't remember exactly, because ideals are very like ethereal, but I feel like I had this idea either before pandem or in those. Do you guys remember the fun time? I was talking to a friend recently, and I was like noticing that the last time we talked, I was like kind of saying like, hey, we should do this show idea in July because I feel like shit will be cool by then. And I was like, oh, you remember those times like March, April, when you're like, man, this is going to be fine. And it was, we're all here, or you're in Texas and you're going to die most likely. But either way, it's not over. And so, but anyways, I can't remember if I had this idea when Outlook was rosy or pre-pandemic, but this video you're about to see, it's a stand-up mini vid like I showed my last hosting set. And I was going to have another performer in the scene with me. I don't want to give too much away. Don't want to spoil the thing you're about to see. But I was like, I'll bring this performer on. We'll shoot together. You know, it'll be a fun little shoot. I knew where we were going to shoot it. I was like, I can make this work. And then I was like, well, I don't feel really safe like just bringing in someone for both me and them. So I had to figure out another way to do it. Ended up doing something with like a green screen and having the person self shoot and then send me the video. So I think it actually worked out better. I'm actually excited with the way the video looks, but basically I had to go to Craigslist to try to find like a model actress for this thing. And I know, like, look, Craigslist, you know, it's like it's like trying to buy USA Today at like a snuff shop. You know, you're like, they might have it here, but I'm gonna have to like comb through a lot of stuff. But like, I've had good Craigslist success. I bought a Total Gym for $60, the Chuck Norris Total Gym. It worked out really well. I got swole for like 3 months in between gym memberships and then was able to sell it on Craigslist for $60. That's carbon neutral. I believe that's what that means. So, and then I sold a car on Craigslist to a really nice guy. And so I've had good success with Craigslist, the slime of Craigslist, but I did find out that so there's two ways to post something to make people that are responding to it think you are doing a call for porn. The first way is what you would think is to say, this is porn, please submit. The second way is what I did, which I was surprised. The second way to get porn responses is to say, this is definitely not porn. Because then you get a lot of emails back that are like, wink, I got you, I'm ready to do some porn. And it's like, no, it's really not porn. It's a comedy video. But seriously, I got this girl, and she's so great. She's I believe Milwaukee based, but she does a lot of work in like the Chicagoland area, and she does like music video shoots and modeling. So she was like, when you see the video, you'll see she was perfect for the casting, and it worked out. And she self-taped and sent it in, so it was really cool. But yeah, man, Craigslist success story. So it was just fun to you know, be able to make something during quar and make it safe. So I'm excited to show that to you guys. And if you guys like that. Oh, sorry. One last thing, and I'll move this thing forward. Just so you know, what you're getting on Twitch literally minutes before we went live, I got an email from YouTube that the thumbnail for this video I'm about to show you was removed because it violated their policy on sex and nudity. The Quakers over at YouTube. So it's also on Instagram. Instagram hasn't given a shit. I mean, you see what those heathens post on Instagram, so no surprise there. But Instagram is cool with it. So if you want the Too Hot for TV version of Justin Golak, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I like YouTube, but you know, they're just, I don't know, it's a different time. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and follow me on Instagram if you want to check it out. And more importantly, as importantly, I don't know, or more importantly, it's up to you. But if you go to Instagram and you click the description of the video, it's Leilani underscore, I believe, something like that. Either way, it's the girl in the video. She has an Instagram. It's very cool. She's a cool person, so follow her on Instagram also. But yeah, that's about it for me. You'll see my video, and then after that we have Pratik Srivastava doing stand-up. We have Angel Mark Lloyd doing showing a video. The video is very cool. And we have Ravani Grace, and they're gonna play some music. So we got a really great show, you know, covering all the bases. So please stick around. If you like any of the artists, like I said, description. Everyone you see, anyone that's done anything with the show, including the performers, is in the description. Click a link. Give a follow, and if you want to give more than a follow, there's also a way to donate to the show, and that money goes straight into the show and all the performers. We spread it around. We're doing communism here, so please support that. And thank you guys very much for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a good time. Let's go ahead and show my video now, and then we'll get on with the rest of the show. So producers, cue that up. Thank you guys very much for tuning into the Open Studio. Let's have a fun show. I was just trying to do the best you can. I tried to do the best I could recently. It's a real Chicago tale. That's why I'll say it for it. It's a real yarn about the city we all live in. I was on the train, the CTA, Blue Line, going north from downtown. Ooh, at rush hour. I never had to take the train at rush hour. I haven't had a normal job in really ever. So I just avoid the train. I love using the train. I love using the buses. I just try to make all my plans around rush hour so I don't have to be on it because I know it's crazy. But I missed time to downtown Erin, and I had to get it back up north from downtown on the Blue Line, and it's just stuff. I gotta wait for like 3 trains just to get a train. And finally I get on, it's cramped. Alright, and I'm like crammed in as much as I can be crammed in. And just when I'm at peak cram, 2 more people get in and the door shut. So I'm just like stuck. I can not only can I not move, I can't rotate. I'm just, where I am is where I am. And right at that moment, I realize my dick is on a lady's leg. It is right on her leg. I just want to do the best I can. I just want to do the best I can. I just want to be a part. I want to be the change I want to see. So what do? I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, kudos to this lady. I just want to put that. Kudos to her. She's not just like she's not a tourist. This is a tough Chicago broad because she's just looking forward with a look on her face like life in the big city. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. And the whole time I'm standing there, I'm just thinking like, just don't get hard. Just don't get hard and you're fine. If you stay soft, it's fine. Because to me, a hard dick is aggressive. It shows intent. You know what I mean? Like it's an aggressive move in all cases. But a soft dick is like a finger. You know what I mean? It's just independent. It's just hanging out. It's like the difference between feeling a gun barrel in your back and a gun holster in your back. You know what I mean? One of them you're like, it's happening right now. And the other one you're like, I'll just keep an eye out. You know what I mean? I don't know, I stayed soft. She got off on Western, so we had a good day. So it all worked out for everybody. Thank you guys very much. Have a good night. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for watching that. I dropped the name of the girl in the video in the chat. Follow her on Insta, man. She's got a great Insta account. Yeah, and also if you do videos or anything, hire her. She is very good. She's very good worker, employee. I don't know. Just she was very easy to work with. So book her for a thing. So anyways, speaking of, also can I just say one more thing real quick? The music in that video. Also, if you've like followed my Insta at all like the last year, I've been working with a buddy of mine. It's mostly just pulling like just what do you call it? This, like the music without a license, the royalty-free music. I've been pulling that to use in videos, and I've been working with my friend Dan Wilburn over like the last year and change. So he did the music for that video, and he's done the music for most of my videos, and he kicks ass. And he has a band. Well, it's just him. He makes it himself, but it sounds like a band. 2 albums under the moniker Wet Teeth. So check out Wet Teeth, man. It's like real bone-crunching metal, which I'm not a metalhead, but it is like great gym music. So I get swole to Wet Teeth, and I think you should too. So I just want to shout him out because he's done awesome work for me. So plug for him. Wet Teeth. I think it's on all the Spotifys and stuff. If not, he has a Bandcamp. But with that out of the way, I want to plug someone that you can see right now. He's a very funny guy. I mean, again, all the performers I love, they're all so talented. I love doing this show. I love hosting it, being able to talk to them. But the comics always, they always tinge me in a special way because I remember these people specifically from the before times. So it's cool to, get to see their work again and then chat with them afterwards. So big virtual round of applause. Remember, he's a stand-up, so if you emote in the chat, if you laugh at his jokes, virtually, it'll pop up on the screen. So show him some love for the punchlines you like and the premises you adore, and give a big virtual round of applause for the very funny stand-up Pratik Srivastava.
Is that what you want? That's forehead. 'Cause we keep growing and never richer.
Going on Twitchverse, how we doing, everybody? Thank you, Justin. This has been a hell of a show so far. Hell of a show. I actually made the mistake telling the producers, "Hey, do I gotta be clean for this show?" Clearly, clean is not the operative thing at this show. Hells yeah, that video brought me down to reality. I'm like, okay, I can fucking curse on this show. Here I am worried about saying the word fuck, and then that video just goes on. So that's awesome. This is a cool show. Yeah, I haven't seen Justin in a while, so he probably hasn't seen this thing before. This is not a COVID beard. This is a cry for help. Look at this fucking thing. My God, man. Like this, with this beard, I look like I could do tech support for ZZ Top with this beard. Look at this thing. Hells to the yeah. Like this beard, I could host the show in this beard. Look at the bandwidth in this beard. It's fucking insane. Who needs Twitch or Clubhouse? I'll send you an invite to this beard. Come inside, y'all. Everyone is welcome. Let's all have a party in this thing. Man, like, you know how they say, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? No, where in the world is my chin? Haven't seen it in 10 months, you guys. Call Dog the Bounty Hunter. Maybe he can find my chin. Don't call him. He's a piece of shit. Fuck that man. That's fine. I'm staying with family right now. Hold your applause for me. I'm with family right now. And also, director's commentary. I'm trying to be sober right now with family. I know. Shocking, right? I'm with family and I'm trying to be sober. How the hell am I pulling it off? It's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough because it's not like my parents are sober so we can be sober together. No. My whole family is drinking up a storm, and I know this. I know this because I'm controlling the Instacart. I know what the hell is going on, all right? And do you know what my traditional Indian parents are ordering every week for alcohol? 10 bottles of rosé. That's what the fuck they're ordering. My Indian parents are drinking rosé like a bachelorette party from Connecticut. That's what the fuck they're doing. It's a whole lot of rosé, y'all. A whole lot of rosé. I'm dealing with these times and I'm trying to find some bright spots in them. One of the bright spots is that when I walk down the street now, it's empty, so no one's really shouting shit at me. But, in the before times, people would shout shit at me. I've had people say, hey, go back to India. And I gotta be like, hey, I don't think India wants me either, okay? Because they don't want me. I grew up in this country. When I go back to India eventually to visit family, you think they accept me normally? No, they look at me when I go back to India like I'm not from there. They look at me like I'm a bootleg Gucci bag that wasn't made in the original fucking factory. Because Pratik Srivastava was not made in the original factory, okay? Pratik Srivastava was made in a dirty apartment in the city of Chicago during a Wheel of Fortune marathon. And the only reason it was a Wheel of Fortune marathon was because Jeopardy was a rerun that day. That's why. But I'm not just some dumb, ignorant American when I go overseas. I'm not just some... I couldn't tell what that last emoji was. That looked like the country of India highlight. I don't know what that was, but that's fine. This dude is cool. And then I saw the Power Ranger lightning bolt earlier. So we've gotten the widespread, we've gotten the United Nations of emojis on this show. Hells yeah, there we go. Look at that Power Ranger emoji. Hells yeah, it's morphin' time. Ugh, I love it. This is awesome. But yeah, when I go back to India, I try to speak the native language of India. I try to speak Hindi in India. Problem is, you've heard this voice all night. You think this voice can speak Hindi properly? No. I will now demonstrate. I'm not going to say something in Hindi. Hum Hindi bolte hai, lekin mera accent ajeeb sa hai. Which, for the non-Hindi speakers out there, which there's probably going to be a lot of them on Twitch, but for the non-Hindi speakers out there, that translates to, I speak Hindi, but I sound like Gilbert Godfrey in the microwave. I'll leave you guys on this. I think it's important to end this some sort of, we need positive messages right now. We need to support positive messages. So I will leave you on this. I think it's important that for the positive message that we pay our teachers. I think we got to do that. Pay our fucking teachers. I think that's important. So I will tell you about how I used to dabble in teaching in the before times. I used to be a substitute history teacher on the south side of Chicago. You can hold your applause, okay? All right? I did it. I tried to be a substitute history teacher. Problem was, it's the south side of Chicago. There's no resources whatsoever. So I stroll into the class, and I'm like, hey, class, pull out your textbooks. I shit you not. You know what they pull out? Copies of People magazine from 1992. The fuck, right? We need to fix our resources in the city of Chicago and all over. Public schools need to get better textbooks, all right? But you know what? I've seen Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer 9.5 times. I know what the fuck I'm doing, all right? I made it educational for the kids. So I grab one of the magazines and I flip through it and I open it and I find an article that's titled Sexiest Bad Boy Actors of All Time. Yeah, real academic article, right? And according to the experts at People magazine, they ranked Sean Penn sexiest bad boy actors of all time. No. All right? I looked at that class and I said, sexiest bad boy actor of all time, John Wilkes Booth. And sure, Sean Penn, he's super liberal and he hates Republicans. But do you know how much John Wilkes Booth hated Republicans? And they love that joke down by the Lincoln Memorial. That joke assassinated down by the Lincoln Memorial. Okay? That joke also does great in theaters, by the way. It is mind-blowing how well it does in the theaters. All right, Twitchverse, this has been Pratik Sarasta, a.k.a. me. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Must have been the horse/season, 10th place ribbon shit. But turn us into this, like those were our ideas, regardless. Young people.
What's up, Pratik? Good.
Going on, Justin? It's been a long time. How are you?
I know, dude. So I feel like you're one of the last people I saw in the before times. I remember grabbing food with you at a diner with a couple other comics.
Yeah. In the before times, that was fun. We need to do that when it's legally safe to start doing that again.
Yeah, dude, diner hangs are great. And yeah, dude, Sean Penn, weird pick. I mean, obviously the joke afterwards was funny, but like I was thinking about that because even 1992, he's kind of older.
He is kind of older, yeah, because Fast Times had come out like way before that.
In like the 80s. So I feel like bad boy is bad boy for a reason. You have to be young. Otherwise, you're a bad man. No woman says, yeah, I'm attracted to bad men.
Bad like middle-aged men.
Yeah, it's bad boys. So, yeah, dude. So you got an album out. I know you dropped an album during the pandemic. And Nick and Sheila's Kid. When did you record that album?
That was recorded in the before times. Yeah. I recorded that December 2019. Actually, on my parents' wedding anniversary, so December 7th, 2019, which is also, you know what also that is? That's the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Apparently Pearl Harbor was on December 7th. But it's also when my parents got married. So yeah, we recorded 2019, then we released it in 2020. We had finished it in the summer, but, you know, with the protests going on, I was like, you know what, I'll wait till holiday season. And it turned out to be for better. You know, it's an album about family, and the holidays are, you know, either you're avoiding family or you're with family. So it worked out perfectly. We went to number 1 on both Amazon and iTunes, so I'm blessed. So yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Check out the album.
Yeah, check that out. And I love your comedy, so definitely check that out. Yeah, dude, I recorded an album in November 2019 and put it out in March, and yeah, I gotta assume you were feeling what I was feeling, which is like, thank God I did not wait 3 months to do this and then not be able to do it.
Oh my God. Like, so my stand-up anniversary month is April. My original plan was to record in April 2020. That wouldn't have fucking happened. So I'm so glad I chose December.
Because then you'd been sitting on that chunk of material for a year plus. And so you're like, well, I guess I gotta do this material because I gotta like sharpen it back up.
Exactly.
So it's like you just feel like even more in a stasis than the year of quarantine was. So
you hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
So as someone that got theirs in under the unbeknownst to them at the time deadline, I was very happy that you got to experience the same thing because it was like such a relief.
Yeah, and what's been good about Zoom is, you know, I kind of graduated this material and I can kind of move forward from it now because I've done the material now, and that's also at Zoom, so low stakes to kind of try new things. So it's been fun to try new things or whatever.
Yeah, you said your parents' anniversary is on Pearl Harbor Day. So just what do you think, having that experience, what year, give me a year, like an over-under, when do you think it'll be safe to get married on September 11th? You think like by 2040? Do you think it's okay now? That can be an answer. You think it was 5 years ago it was okay?
You know what? If you want to get married right now on September 11th, you got the Pratik Srivastava approval. You know, I'm not going to judge you if you do it right now because first off, what are you going to do? You can't have a big ceremony. You could literally just go to the courthouse. So it works out perfectly.
Well, see, I was thinking that. So I was like, you could probably get a discount on a hall on September 11th.
Ooh, that too. Yeah, you're looking at you know you're very practical. You're ready to get married, Justin. That's what we've learned here.
Dude, I got married in a hotel room, so I'm all about that savings. It was a nice one. It was the Thompson downtown. We were overlooking the city, but it was in fact a hotel room.
There you go.
But it was a suite. So you know you have the living area on one side and the bedroom on the other side. We got married on the one side, and then we went to dinner, and then we came upstairs and we slept on the other side, and then honeymoon the next day. So it was like crushed it. I would love to be a Chicago wedding planner for like cheap dirtbags. That's what I consider myself. Just like fancy dirtbag weddings by Justin.
I think it's great. Like, you don't want to have a ton of people. You keep it small. You keep it intimate. You have a good time. Isn't that like most people I see at weddings are just like, oh, we're stressed out and we don't get to eat anything. No, you got to enjoy a nice dinner and have fun. Isn't that what matrimony is about?
Yeah, because it was just like our parents. So we walked across the street to Gibson's. That's where we did dinner. So it wasn't like, you know, just a big tray of fried chicken, which is also great. But
that's also great too. I would endorse a wedding that had fried chicken on.
Is that, dude, most Ohio weddings, fried chicken is a staple as a wedding food. I didn't know that. That should be ubiquitous across the country. Actually, middle Ohio, they do dinner fried chicken. Then you get hammered and dance. And then at like midnight, like a half hour before they close, they bring out buckets of cold fried chicken, like the leftover fried chicken.
Ooh.
And you just nosh cold fried chicken. And I was like, what's up, nearish Dayton, Ohio wedding industry? You guys got the right idea as far as I'm concerned.
I found where I got to have my eventual wedding, Dayton, Ohio. Destination wedding, baby.
Last thing I'll ask you, because we're getting close to the end of the interview, but you touched on it. We're like a year into this now. And you know, you just put out an album, so obviously that's a very scary but exciting time because you're like, I get to write new material, but like, is there still material to really, you know, like, you don't think you're funny until you write like that next great joke after you like scrap a whole hour.
Oh yeah.
So like, how is it? Have you been able to like test out stuff in like Zoom shows, and like, do you feel like once stuff opens up, you'll have like at least like a little nugget to build off of for like?
I mean, I have some jokes about my beard, which those are brand new because I didn't have the beard in the before time, so I got these beard jokes, so those are ready to go whenever. Yeah. The key is, Justin, now I can't shave my beard.
You can't
That's
shave.
the key.
Yeah.
So I literally will keep this beard for the purpose of having that 5 minutes. That's really what it comes down to.
Hey, dude, people have kept like more obnoxious gags just to do jokes, so I think you're safe. No, I mean, honestly, you know, I was interested in your answer, but also, you know, I saw your set. I mean, so just based off that 5, I mean, you got some jokes that I think would work great, you know, like live at normal shows and stuff. So
Hells to the yeah.
So I don't think you could really like build fully, but I do think you could get like a nugget ready.
You can get nuggets, so you're not doing the same stuff over.
Yeah, or going up like completely just empty. So, dude, congratulations on the album. Check it out, Nick and Sheila's Kid. Is it on all the stuff? You got it on all the stuff?
Yeah, it's on all the stuff. But if you go on the homepage of pratikcomedy.com, it has the link to take you to like Spotify and everything. So there's a hub from the homepage of my website. So pratikcomedy.com has the album, and it has my web series that I do too, which is called Neurotic by Nature, where I rant in front of nature for 1 minute. So yeah, check out my website. It has everything.
Yeah, check out Pratik Comedy. Thank you, Pratik. Appreciate you being on the show, buddy.
Thank you.
And if you got, speaking of, once I got a fraud alert from PNC Bank. I got a fraud alert from PNC Bank, and they basically said, we have a small charge on your account, like a tiny charge. And a lot of times there's a tiny charge if people are trying to connect your checking account to like some sort of other account. And so that's the way they can like siphon money. You know, like maybe someone steals your bank account, connects it to their PayPal, and they could like withdraw money or something like that. So PNC was like, we see this small charge, so you might want to check it. And I did check it, and that charge was a deposit from the distributor of my album for streams for that month. So if you like Pratik's album, just buy that shit, because streams are a scam, and I use it too. Like, so I'm not like chastising anybody, but when I really do like an artist, like especially if they have their stuff on Bandcamp, because again, like they give better rates, I do try to buy it. So buy Pratik's album if you like it. Stream it, because again, also I don't want to speak for him, but it is fun just people listening to your work. So I'm sure he'd appreciate you listening. But if you like it, throw him the $5-10 and buy it, because yeah, streams literally will give you no money and cause your bank to think you're being defrauded. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thanks to Pratik for being on the show. We got a couple more acts, and they're both great. So why don't we just kick it right over to the next one? This next performer, she's gonna be showing a video, and then we'll have a little chat with her about it. Real quick, just a warning, hopefully won't be an issue, but anybody, if you have epilepsy, there's some flashing lights and stuff, so just you might want to just, you know, kind of, I don't know. I don't have epilepsy, so I don't know if you can watch it with like one eye and that works. But whatever you do, you know your protocol. Just have that protocol for this. And also, if you have epilepsy, you probably qualify for medical marijuana in the state that you're in. So just a little FYI. But let's enjoy this video from Angel Mark Lloyd. Cue it up, guys.
Open wounds I haven't closed, broke my mind but added flows. Yeah, feeling I gotta create. I'm pushing the buttons, I gotta be great. With certain.
The following video contains bright flashing images that may cause discomfort and or trigger seizures for people with photosensitive epilepsy. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you.
The motherfucking ruckus. Thousands of cutthroats and crumb snatching fuckers. Here come the ruckus, the motherfucking ruckus. Thousands of cutthroats and crumb snatching fuckers. Here come the ruckus.
Hey, Angel, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, pretty good.
Dude, your video's so great. Loved it.
Thanks.
People in the chat seem to really dig it. We've had like some glitch artists on the show in the past, and I've gotten into that kind of stuff over quarantine, and I don't, and like stuff like, so here's what I'm just interested as a creator of this kind of work, this kind of like, audio visual kind of work. I don't like to just consume art as like a backlash to the current art, like you getting sick of current art, and so you're like, I need a new thing, but I do think it definitely kind of sometimes informs your sensibilities. It's just hard not to. So I feel like there's been such a focus over the last like few years, maybe in the last like 10 years of like, tell your story. Everyone's got a story, tell your story. And I feel like I'm like burnt out on stories. I feel like I cannot take another goddamn story. I feel like, and so to me, I've gotten attracted to this art that is just like purely audio visual, like narrative free or narrative light, and just kind of like more of just like a kind of sensory experience. Does that at all play into like what you create, like why you create something that's kind of like this, or is it literally just purely just like your own creative kind of inspiration?
Well, I don't think that art needs to mean anything. I think that an audio and or visual experience, just for the enjoyment of it, that's completely open to interpretation or no interpretation, is completely fine. However, my work is deeply conceptual, and the narrative is actually really heavy, but it's so cryptic and like kind of esoteric that it's like not something I actually expect anybody to actually pick up on.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't really care about the stories being like super public. It's kind of just a way for me to like talk about them in my own way.
Yeah, and that's even like when I was kind of asking, I kind of like edited like narrative free or like narrative light, because it's like obviously like all things kind of have a narrative. It's like the kind of thing of like not, I guess like, the kind of philosophical things like you can't believe in nothing because you're believing in nothing. That's something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like obviously there's like there's a through line, but just explicit storytelling, I feel like I kind of just, I don't know, I'm just like tuckered out from it. So just kind of these like sensory experiences I'm just more drawn to.
Yeah, I would say that my work, for the most part, under that moniker, I have like a million different projects. That what you just heard was under the moniker Fire Tools. So everything Fire Tools is kind of like, even though there are vocals and even though my lyrics matter to me, I think it's very possible and not that hard to enjoy it without like worrying about the narrative whatsoever. Like you don't really have to pay attention to it. Most of the time you don't know what I'm saying anyway, unless you're looking at the lyrics. So yeah, dude,
I love what you say about like it doesn't matter. Like you can still enjoy it without, like you literally are saying like you can enjoy it without even like knowing what the meaning is, or even hearing the words. And I think that's, again, like that's even refreshing as someone that does comedy, feeling like the last 5 years, like everyone's trying to write a joke that's so good, like everyone gets healthcare after they tell it, and it's just like, it's nice to just like, yeah, just because it's funny. That's why. Did you think it's funny? Then that's it. That's all. That's why I said those words that way, so you'd laugh.
Yeah.
So it's nice to just hear someone say like, "That's why I wrote this song," or "That's why I showed these pictures," because I thought you'd be like, "Hey, those are cool words. That's a cool picture." Not to like try to like change the world in any kind of like fundamental way or anything. Just to create for like. I don't think there's anything wrong with creation for creation's sake. I don't know. Would you agree?
Yeah, me neither. I think there can be more of it. I think that sometimes people try to come up with a meaning and it's kind of contrived because nothing's really coming to them, but they like want to do something cool, and that's fine. But also, I think it's cool to just like even if you have like cool artwork, like it doesn't have to mean anything. It can just like give you a vibe, and
yeah,
I think that's cool.
I've been trying to say vibe. I've been saying vibe a lot over the last year, and I've been trying not to say it too much because I feel like that your friends start to not like you as much if you over say vibe. But I feel like I've been trying to get it right in the pocket of saying it.
Well, if you're kind of if you run in any sort of like new age or spiritual circles, then it's like if you're not saying vibe, like that's like weird. So
Yeah, I feel like vibe.
No,
saying
next level though, you gotta say vibration. That's really where it's at.
I'm working my way up there, man. I got to keep vibing for a little while before I hit a good vibration, but I'm working on the vibe. Yeah, man, I enjoy your stuff and I think it's really cool. And yeah, check out, it's because you have, I believe I went to your website, angelmarkloyd.com, and you have like all your, because you said, so this is like Fire Tools, I believe Fire Tools with a Z, right?
Yes, it's with a Z.
So
it's
I believe,
very silly.
yeah, so if you like what you saw, check that out. But I believe on your website you have everything divided by project, right?
Yeah, I have several projects and then my business and then, you know, a bunch of other links. There's a bio on there too and some other stuff. Yeah. And Fire Tools is one of the more aggressive projects. There's other stuff that's like way more chilled out, lots of instrumental stuff as well. And there's other stuff that's just pure experimental noise, purely textural, that you'll probably hate a lot. So there's something for everyone.
Yeah, dude, find the vibe that vibes with you and catch a vibration over
That's
at
right.
angelmarkloyd.com.
That's
Yeah, man, I really dug it. I like your stuff a lot.
Thank you.
Like I said, I tooled around on the site a little bit earlier this week, and yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, I like what you say about because I think the other thing that people don't realize, again, it's like it always hits my ear weird when people are like, well, what's like the meaning or what's like the deep, because it's like, well, you know, even just think of something live, just as a for instance, it's like, well, we're all at this show watching the thing, we're supporting someone who's trying to do art, and we're hanging out with our friends, and we're like, is that not enough? Like, do we have to like also like, I don't know.
Some people really need a meaning and they need it to be easy to figure out. I notice that a lot. I see that a lot of internet comments like I think what this means is blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, not really, just chill.
Yeah, and I think it's cool to like discuss, but like when people like think they need it, you know what I'm saying? Like
they're trying to figure out whether they can like it or not.
Dude, such a great way to put it. That is, yeah, and that really ruins everything. Dude, we're gonna end on that because that was a great way to put it. So Angel Mark Lloyd, check her out, angelmarkloyd.com. Check out all her projects, and thank you for being a part of the show, Angel.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so that was Angel providing a little multimedia art for you guys. So we got one more performer. They're going to do a little live music for you guys. So if you guys want a little more music dumped into your ear hole, we got a bucket full of it. And the person carrying that bucket full of music is Ravani Grace. She is very great, and you can find her on Bandcamp, remember? Buy on Bandcamp, don't stream on Spotify. You can do both, but try to be a good person and buy their album. It literally is a moral issue. It makes you a good person. I'm taking that stand. So, Ravani Grace, let's cue her up and let's listen to some tunes as we close out the show tonight.
A comfortable position's what I'm after. The tillers. I never tire.
I'm a ridiculous heat, the type of shit that make you flip in your seat and change schemes without skipping a beat. I'm a rebel like James Dean in a cinema feat. Up in the paper, see my face like I was missing for weeks. You talking shit, you probably losing your teeth, cause I throw jabs like Money May. Fuck up your eyes like a sunny day. Funny you run away when the heat is on. Quick to put your sneakers on. I'm up all night like I'm trying to see the dawn. Play my enemies like a game of chess.
Hey, you don't have to buy my album, but if you like my music, feel free to just download it. Here is a song from a little demo I put out this winter. Desire changed so physical, a longing unfulfilled. March on empty highways lined with all the blood they spilled. Friends will stop to stay a while with anxious laughs and timid smiles, with steady hands and shaking thighs and bleeding feet and open eyes. We look to the memories of rebel identities, legacies of struggle, try to find serenity. Knowledge that this change goes slow and the work won't be done when we go, but we will keep on working till we end up in the dirt. We will keep on working till we end up in the dirt. Bricks we threw at cops and banks, a little pressure's all it takes. It's levying in our hearts to break and flood us with our rage. It's violence, it's inside our veins, the people they kill in our names. Politics is just a game, we play with lives at stake. We look for the memories of rebel identities, legacies of struggle, try to find serenity. Knowledge that this change goes slow, when the work won't be done when we go. But we will keep on working till we end up in the dirt. We will keep on working through the dirt. Yeah, that was the first song, and now I'm gonna read y'all a poem. It's called The Werewolf Poem. In the 8th grade, I told my friends I was a werewolf, which is true. I have always been a vegetarian, and for years it was the brownest thing about me. On 9/11, homeschool from kindergarten, planes crashed into towers and bodies fell to the ground. My father told me to remember it, watch history in the making, which is true. I am also a werewolf. Promontory Point juts out the south side of Chicago. Waves crash against the rock. I once heard Emma Goldman used to smoke cigarettes here. The moon reflects off Lake Michigan. My body is drowning in hair. I am drowning in Lake Michigan, which is not made of hair. These are two separate drownings. The hair is a bad lover. It leaves its traces all over the apartment. Brag to the boys about your sex life, and now you feel the eyes of men on you. Lake Michigan is cold because Lake Michigan is always cold. It is 3 a.m., the only safe time. It is the first summer I do not swim topless. I am drunk because Jabron is in town. We all dive off the pier at the 35th Street beach because it is always better to live with abandon. The pier is too far from the shore, and I am swallowing water, and my muscles strain, and I learn I do not actually want to die all of the time. The wolf is alone, begins to howl. The howling makes God-fearing men load their guns with silver. Howling is how the wolf communicates its hunger. Hunger is just another word for pain. Hunger bites at the flesh of the wolf, and the man vomits up the wolf every morning. Shave face smooth, moisturize, apply toner, color correct, peach for hair, green for exhaustion. Mix foundation closest to mixed girl skin, conceal, dance, eyeshadow over, sunrise, rooftop bar, dusk in the suburbs, the bottom of the lake. Shape the face. Darkness where you should be hollow, light where you should be seen. Thanks, y'all. That was my set.
It's obvious you just see what they feed. And show me where the scripture says, don't protect the sicker man, and make sure that you take.
Hey, we're back. Ravani, so great. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for doing the show.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love doing variety shows like this. I used to do Shithole all the time, which is
Mhm.
where me and Michael met.
Yeah. Yeah, your poem, I mean, it had a lot in it, and so I don't want to dismiss that, but it did make me very excited to get hammered at a beach again. I know there was more to it, but just in these times, that was like the thing that I was most like, hell yeah.
I'm sorry, my internet was a little fuzzy there. What did you just say?
I was just saying that you're. It's gonna not land as well for the crowd, but that's okay. I'll do it for you. I was gonna say that even though your poem made me feel a lot of things, just because of the times we're in, it made me most excited to get hammered at a beach again. That was the thing.
Yeah, that's super fair. Getting hammered at the beach is gonna be like, ooh.
Do you feel like it's going to get wild? Like, I think this summer is going to be wild. I've already talked to multiple friends, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to be living like a 24-year-old. Like, I said for at least the next 2 to 3 years. They said one summer is enough, but
I am 24, so I think I'm going to be living like a 19-year-old again this summer. Like, yeah, we're all aging backward in terms of partying and responsibility.
That's the only way to go.
A while there.
Yeah, that's the only way to go, I feel. So like, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm pumped. It was great that you did a song and then did some poetry afterwards. I'm curious, like, does kind of having that in of doing poetry, writing poetry, performing poetry, does that kind of lend itself to songwriting the way we would kind of maybe imagine, or is it not as connected as maybe the non-poetic and musically inclined would think?
Yeah. Songwriting for me is just like easy poetry. Poetry is really hard because you don't have anything to lean back on. So you just have to like be really hyper specific, and it takes a lot of brain juice, and it's hard to do. And songwriting is just like the easy version of that for me. You just like can grab a guitar and start saying shit, and it like works. And so there's definitely like a translation there. But one of them almost just feels like a simplified version of the other.
Yeah, I mean, there was a popular song not that long ago that was just someone saying the word shots like 28 times in a row and then repeating. So, I mean, that makes sense. But I thought it said, going back to the interview with Angel, I thought it even just saying shots 28, like, I'm like, I get what you mean. Like, I think there's meaning in here that I'm getting. Now, maybe that's because I have taken 28 shots, but I feel there's something more here than just the shots. I feel like this is kind of about late stage capitalism, right? It's about consumption, right, over meaning, right? Because it's just shots.
Yeah.
Instead of like shots, be grateful for friendship. Shots, solidify the working class. Shots, like it's just shot. It's a song for Amazon culture, and I'm like, I get it, Little John, best cultural philosopher of our time. That's what I say.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, what are you like? So again, even just what you showed us here tonight, a dual medium threat. So I guess I'm interested. I've asked other people this because it's like kind of an easy question, but I'm interested because you have so many kind of expressions of your talent. What are you kind of most excited to do when you have the freedom to like perform live? Do you want to do music? Do you want to do poetry? Do you like kind of just creating in an insular manner? What are you into?
I fucking love live performance. I do a lot of poetry in the before times. I am just most excited for touring. That's the big thing. I did like my first real tour in 2019, and I'm just excited to get back out on the road. Want to like head up to the East Coast, go play some shows in New York, see some friends again.
Do you have a favorite city to hit on tour? Or even like if it is something like New York, which everyone just already knows about, is there like an underrated city? Did you catch that? I can repeat it.
I'm so sorry. You were no, I did not. Yes. Can you repeat it? Thank
No
you.
problem, no problem. I'll say, like, do you have a favorite city? And if it is a city like New York, which we all know, do you also have like an underrated city, like a city people don't think about but you enjoy?
Honestly, Indianapolis is probably my favorite city to play shows in. They have this punk scene, and it feels like home going there every time I'm there. And Pensacola, Florida was also a lot of fun to play.
Dude!
Pensacola was fucking sick.
Pensacola, I did a show there, and I've been wanting to go back. I actually had something booked there after the first time I was there, and something weird happened with the show before it, and I had to cancel that one. But anyways, Pensacola is tight, man. Pensacola is like, I don't know. It's like they took a small town in Indiana and put it on the most gorgeous beach in the United States. And it's all the good things and bad things about that, but it's ultimately just a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like always the small towns that are the best to play on a tour, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know.
I've had fun in Indianapolis too, and not too far away. I've also really enjoyed my time in Louisville, Kentucky. So those are my kind of underrated cities.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check out Louisville soon.
Dude, check it out. If you like Indianapolis and places like that, you'll like Louisville. It's very cool. It's like
Sweet.
It's kind of like, I think, like that Indianapolis. Like, it's got that kind of weird. It's kind of like they consider themselves the South, but they're not very South. So I feel like they have Midwestern undertones. So and they got a lot of weirdos. Again, like I think it's like, you know, the big weird places like Austin and stuff that everyone knows about. But Louisville's an underrated little weirdo spot, and I really have a good time there all the time.
I feel like the big weird ones are like all fake weird. I really
weird,
like that
yeah.
meme of the shark man being like, you want to know what a weird place is? Like fucking Cleveland, Ohio. That's fucking weird. Austin is just bougie white people.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all those places, it's like once you start saying you're weird, I mean, to me, yeah, Austin feels like weird brought to you by Shell or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not really, it's whatever it is. It's not a bad town, but it's like, yeah. So, all right. Ravani, thank you so much for doing our show. Thank you for giving us some cool stuff to listen to and think on and get hopeful for the summertime vibes. Ravani Grace at .bandcamp.com. She said you don't have to buy her stuff. Yeah. I'm saying buy it. You can stay humble. I'm saying buy her stuff. And thank you so much for doing the show. Please come back. Or maybe we'll see each other next time in real life as things start to get back to normal. So, Ravani, thanks for closing out the show. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. That is our show. Bam. 3 guests. We had some comedy. We had some video. We had some music. We did it all and more. I opened up with that awesome hat on a hat joke. I think I kind of set the bar high, but I think we climbed over it regardless. So I think we're all having a great time, and I think we had a great time. If you had a great time and you want these times to keep happening, well, just give us a follow right here on Twitch, and you'll be notified every time we go live, which I believe the next time is March 18th, so we'll have another open studio show. But I know I won't give out too much info because I think things are getting solidified, but I think preliminarily we'll probably have a show every Thursday in April, and I believe there's 5 Thursdays in April. So we got some cool stuff coming up on the channel, some stuff that's a little different than the normal open studio stuff, but obviously we'll still have that if you enjoy it. But either way, no better time to subscribe to the channel than now. So get on that. Definitely 2 weeks from now we'll be here, and then we got other stuff coming up. So and join the Discord. That's the best way to kind of stay connected all the time, is join the Discord, chat us up, chat yourselves up, chat with members of the community. And then just real quick, just run it down. Pratik Srivastava, stand-up. Angel Mark Lloyd doing a video. Ravani Grace, music and poetry. And then we got Jackie Manti, who did these performance dimensions. Michael Gow, who did the intro. Michael J. Garrity and Stephanie Duffy co-directing the show. That is who made all this possible, along with viewers like you. So definitely thanks to all those people. And if you want to be a part of the show, just submit. You can find out more info about that below and on the Discord. So I think that's it. Come back next time on the open studio. We have, I got it. Jason Mellon will be back hosting. So If you liked him more than me, do not tell me that. I will be offended. But if you like him more than me, he will be back for March 18th. And we might even have some more guest hosts. I think on April 1st, we have Neera Tandon's going to host. So we heard she needed a job, so we got her in. But either way, keep checking back. And then we got Ritu Turhani doing comedy, Derek Weber showing a video, and Andrew Scott Young playing music. I think he's doing some wild upright bass stuff. Jason seemed very pumped about it, so that'll be wet and wild. So upright bass, right? I mean, any girl I talk to, that's their favorite instrument for a man to play is the upright bass. So I don't know, bring 2 pairs of panties and come for Andrew Scott Young. That's what I would say. And so we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a good time. And last thing, if you want to keep the party going, if you got a 3rd pair of panties that you want to slip into, come on over to the Zoom call. Because the Zoom call that we're all a part of, that we broadcast this show from, we're gonna open it up. If you come and start blasting N-bombs, we will kick you out. But if you're there just to have fun and talk to the artists and chill, we will let you hang out. So keep your bad views at home, or just don't have them. But if you have them, I mean, I'm not going to talk you out of them. I'm not that smart. But I would just say don't say them out loud. But if you want to do hot takes about 9/11 or the Kennedy assassination, we welcome that, as long as you don't blame it on the Jews. So that is anti-Semitism, and it is bad. So let's. I thought there'd be an out there, but there is not. We are just further down the rabbit hole. So I'm just going to do it simple and say bye. Thanks for coming to the Open Studio. Come back in 2 weeks. Later, everybody.